Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the Chautauqua County Legislature, department heads, employees, and residents. Welcome to the 2025 Chautauqua County Executive Tentative Budget Presentation. Before I begin tonight's presentation, I would like to take a moment to thank my staff for their hard work and dedication. Along with them, I'd like to thank Budget Director Jennifer Swan, Finance Director Kitty Crow, our department heads, and the many fiscal supervisors across the county who are all instrumental in planning, preparing, and organizing the budget. Our goals for this budget are to achieve a structurally balanced budget spending plan. We remain committed to keeping the tax levy at or below the tax cap limit, preserving Chautauqua County's strong financial position by responsibly utilizing the general fund balance and maintaining reserves between 5 to 15% of the county's appropriations, with a target of 12.5% as outlined in our financial management plan. The cornerstone of our responsible fund balance management is our commitment to conservative fiscal practices, ensuring transparency and consistently prioritizing what is in the best interest of our county residents. The challenges we face in the 2025 budget are rising unfunded mandate costs and inflation rates of 4%, that surpass the 2% tax cap limit. For 2025, I am proposing a $301.9 million budget, including our enterprise funds and excluding our internal service funds and municipal sales tax. The graph above illustrates the proposed governmental and enterprise fund 2025 budget distribution by legislative committee. Key investments include 48% in human services, 9% in administrative services, 1% in planning and economic development, 24% in public facilities, including our water and sewer districts, and 18% in public safety, underscoring our commitment to essential services. Our 2025 budget reflects my strategy and vision. Chautauqua County will continue to provide services and programs at the highest level possible. We will remain under the tax cap, maintain our strong fiscal position, and see continued sales tax growth and consistent investment in capital projects. In the face of stringent tax cap limits, our budget strategy ensures we continue to exceed expectations in sales tax and occupancy tax revenues, paving the way for expanded tourism and capital investments. As demonstrated in the graph, our 2025 governmental fund budget of $301.9 million. Of this, 14% is derived from designated revenues, 24% from county property taxes, 18% from sales tax, 18% from state aid, 12% from federal aid, and 2% from fund balance. A large portion of the county budget is beyond our control. According to the New York State Association of Counties, approximately 80% of county budgets goes toward mandated services and programs, while at the same time, only 30% of our revenue comes from state and federal aid. Counties in New York differ greatly from our local governments due to the large number of state programs counties must administer and fund with local tax dollars. Counties are required under New York state law to implement and finance more than 40 state-defined and 40 state-controlled programs. Despite limited budget flexibility, Chautauqua County continues to provide essential service and investment in our communities while remaining fiscally responsible and not overtaxing our residents. So what are some of these unfunded mandates? Safety net costs, $4.65 million. Medicaid, $32.06 million. In New York State, our counties are required to spend $7.6 billion annually on the state's Medicaid program. That is more than all other counties in our nation combined. Assigned counsel, $693,000. Foster care pay and adoption subsidies, $1.91 million. Mandated medical services for incarcerated individuals, $2.12 million. And preschool transportation for students with special needs, $3.5 million. Now, these are just a few of the unfunded mandates Chautauqua County has been burdened with. Thankfully, our representatives in the state legislature, Senator George Borrello and Assemblyman Andy Goodell, understand how crippling these mandates can be for the county and are constant advocates on our behalf. Thanks to our state representatives and my advocacy on behalf of Chautauqua County as a board member of the New York State Association of Counties, we are proud to announce there will be no new unfunded mandates in 2025. However, that does not mean that the cost of these unfunded mandates has not increased. The local share for these 6 mandates alone represent over 61% of our total 2025 levy. My administration looks to save on spending wherever possible. We have made it a priority to increase efficiencies, allowing county employees to dedicate more time to essential tasks and better serve the needs of our communities. We have limited new FTEs to those that are grant-funded, budget neutral, or of critical importance. We strategically utilize state and federal funding to offset local share expenses. We have also prioritized efficiencies in our use of office space. This has allowed us to reduce lease costs and improve recruitment and retention by providing better work environments for our county employees. So how will residents benefit from this budget? Projects including the final phase of the South and Center Chautauqua Lake Sewer District West Side expansion will complete municipal sewer around Chautauqua Lake. We have committed to treating and maintaining 685 miles of county roads. We have also budgeted to complete 6 culvert rehabs and 4 bridge replacements. Next year, we are proposing capital projects to invest in critical infrastructure and in community needs that include the following: $450,000 in economic development investments to address greenfield initiatives and development and complete streets projects, $437,000 in investments and upgrades at Jamestown Community College, over $9.5 million of investments in our Department of Public Facilities, and over $750,000 of investment in public safety between the Sheriff's Department and the Department of Emergency Services. The tax levy is allowed to grow and increase $1.9 million, or 2.65%. The tax cap is based on a variety of factors. New York State specifies our tax levy, designating the amount of taxes we can assess. The tax cap is set at the lesser of 2% or the rate of inflation. Chautauqua County continued to have a positive increase in our real estate market, which in turn increased valuations approximately 5.56% for an overall total of $10.9 billion of assessed value countywide. Since the valuation increased more than the levy, the resulting tax rate is decreased. The increase in countywide property valuations reflects not only reassessments, but also the continued strength of our real estate market. Properties in Chautauqua County consistently sell above their assessed values, increasing property assessments across the county. This is a clear sign that our efforts are paying off. People are choosing to invest, buy homes, and raise their families right here in Chautauqua County. In my 2025 budget, I am proposing a tax rate of $6.72 per thousand, 19 cents below last year's rate. This is my 5th budget as county executive and the 5th year I am proposing a decrease in the tax rate. Not to mention, this is also the 4th consecutive year Chautauqua County has been at or below the mandated tax cap. As shown in the graph, when I took office in 2020, the tax rate was $8.46. And I am proud to announce, since my time in office, the tax rate has been reduced by $1.74. I am also proposing a total levy increase of $1.89 million. The 2025 proposed levy is yet again under the New York State tax cap. While we do see an increase of 2.65%, this is below the rate of inflation at an astounding 3.4%. Last year, I was proud to announce the 2024 tax rate was the lowest since 1982, and I am happy that we were able to do even better for 2025. Since taking office in 2020, inflation has increased dramatically. My administration has worked diligently to keep the levy below the rate of inflation. In this graph, the blue line represents our actual property tax levy and commitment to conservative budgeting, and the red line represents our tax levy if it increased with the rate of inflation. If our budget had increased to match the rate of inflation in 2025, our levy would be $82.8 million, an increase of $9.3 million. If we had increased by the rate of inflation since 2020, we would have collected an additional $32 million in property taxes. To put this into perspective, the extra $9.3 million is almost double what we will spend on the Chautauqua County Department of Emergency Services in 2025, and is more than we will spend on our road and bridge rehabilitation capital projects combined. The $32 million since 2020 is about $10 million more than we spend on the entire Department of Mental Hygiene, and almost as much as we spend on the entire Sheriff's Department budget. So what does this mean for our county taxpayers? We're doing more with less. As our purchasing power decreases, we are providing the same, and in many cases, increased level of essential services without overtaxing our residents. Remember, a dollar doesn't go as far today as it did in 2020 when I took office. We accomplish this by limiting expenses where we can, improving efficiencies, responsibly using our fund balance. Sales tax receipts in 2024, the green line, continues to demonstrate a strong recovery, and sales tax on all online purchases continue to generate additional revenue. As shown in the graph, our sales tax receipts have begun to level off. While it would be easy to inflate our sales tax projections to accommodate budget increases, we opt for a realistic approach by reducing spending and using factual data provided by the New York State Comptroller's Office. This helps ensure fiscal stability and reduces the risk of budget shortfalls, which many municipalities across New York State have experienced. Sales tax surpluses that are returned to our fund balance gives us more flexibility to fund one-time increases without raising property taxes, while also maintaining our financial stability. In 2025, we anticipate to collect $94.57 million in sales tax revenue, of which $39 million will be shared with our local municipalities. Not all counties share sales tax receipts with their municipalities, and this year, we will share more than 41.3% of those receipts. For fiscal year 2025, we are budgeting $2.28 million of occupancy tax receipts. Our strategy for the occupancy tax is to set our budget equal to the last full year's actual receipts. After administration costs, 40% of the funds collected will go towards the protection of our lakes and waterways, and 60% will go to the promotion of travel and tourism. As shown in the graph, occupancy tax receipts continue to show steady growth, and our investments in our lakes and tourism initiatives will continue to benefit our local community and improve the quality of life for our residents and visitors alike. In 2024, we allocated occupancy tax funds to support several major festivals and events in Chautauqua County, such as the Fredonia Farm Festival, the Westfield Grape and Wine Festival, and America's Grape Country Craft Beverage Festival. Additionally, we've invested in vital initiatives like the Chautauqua Lake Symposium and the purchase of new equipment for in-lake maintenance, helping to ensure the ongoing care and preservation of our lakes. Healthy lakes and increased travel to Chautauqua County will increase our occupancy tax receipts. Since I became executive, I have maintained a robust fund balance to ensure long-term financial stability for Chautauqua County. Under my administration, we have adhered to our financial management plan to utilize fund balance for one-time, not reoccurring expenses, ensuring our budgets are structurally balanced. As you can see in the graph, the dark blue line represents the 15% maximum recommended fund balance according to our financial management plan, and the red line is the 5% minimum recommended level, and the green line is the target of 12.5% of appropriations. In 2025, we project to maintain a fund balance of 12.1%. Our fund balance has benefited from several one-time unexpected revenues that have contributed to positive increases in the fund balance since 2020. These increases include additional Medicaid assistance of $6.9 million, county home Medicaid settlement of $321,000, property tax foreclosure auction, $5.2 million, interest and penalty income offset by lost properties, $2.3 million. Tribal compact for prior year settlements, $3.7 million. Medicaid settlement expense accrual released $576,000, and an IDA bond for $341,000. Once again, like many of my previous budgets, this reaffirms my pledge to secure Chautauqua County's future and guarantee long-term financial stability. My 2025 tentative budget continues to honor that commitment, representing my dedication to collaboration, sound fiscal management, and strategic investments. Through careful planning, conservative budgeting, and collaboration with our legislative partners, department heads, and staff, we have successfully navigated challenges and seized opportunities. Once again, we have produced a budget that lowers the tax rate and maintains a strong financial position. We will never lose sight of my goal to efficiently deliver essential services without burdening our taxpayers. Sound decisions based on facts, not hunches or hopes, has kept us guided in a budgetary process that ensures a solid financial future. This is more than a budget. This is a plan for success, a guide for a bright financial future. Thank you for attending, and have a great evening.